Hi and welcome back to Rideshare Buddy UK YouTube channel. My name's Kevin and today I'm going to talk about cars because I'm in the market for a new car. Now I haven't fully decided yet, but I am leaning towards going for an EV, and the main reason why is that this is probably going to be the last ever car I buy, being 62. I want it to last. It's certainly going to be the last car I buy fully used in private hire and airport transfers. So I'm just thinking about, should I take that jump now and go for an EV? Because there are some quite good EV deals around with the taxi rental companies. So that's what I'm thinking about, and that's what I'm going to talk about. There's a vote on my community page. If you click on the community button, you can go and vote, because I've narrowed it down to one of four possible EVs if I go this way. The first is the ID4, and I'll run through why shortly. The first one is the ID4, the Volkswagen. The second is the Model 3 Tesla. Next one is the Ioniq 5, and the final one is the Polestar, because Reflex has a really good deal on the Polestar at the moment, but it's not the best car for what I do, which is airport transfers, but it is still very tempting. So the main thing I'm looking for is the ability to do long distance and airport transfers, and multiple ones per day. Today, Sunday, I've got 2 airport transfers on. It's 20 past 11 and I'm just on my way to the first one, which is a lunchtime pickup at Bristol Airport, going up to Hissington in Montgomeryshire, which is sort of mid-ish Wales. Then I'm going to come straight back down to Bristol Airport. Got about a 3-hour wait for an evening pickup at Bristol Airport down into Cardiff. Now, if that's the only mileage I do, that's going to be about 335 miles in total all round. So whichever car I choose out of this slot, I will have to do a recharge en route somewhere, because none of them has that sort of real world range to do that in one charge. As it is, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more, because I've got this 3-hour wait between flights. It's a nice day, quite sunny, if a little overcast. I'll probably go and spend a couple of hours at Weston-super-Mare and have a fish and chip tea, because my second pickup is until 8 o'clock. So I'll spend a couple of hours down at Western Seafront and then come back up to Bristol Airport. So that's the sort of range I need. On an average day like today, 335 miles is going to be my mileage. Now today, if I had an EV, I would fully charge up to 80%. Got no home charger, so I'm going to be using fast chargers. Charge up to 80%. I'd get out to Bristol, pick up Bristol, up to Hissington, and then I'd have to think about recharging at some stage on the way back down to Bristol. And that's fine if I've got no passengers in the car. If it takes 20, 30, 40 minutes to charge up, it's not an issue. And then that would complete the day. However, on some trips, let's say from Tenby to Heathrow, or from Cardigan Bay out to Bristol, which I've done before, you are probably going to have to, well, I would probably have to recharge with passengers in the car. So apart from distance and range, the most important aspect I'm looking at is charging rate. I want to be able to, if I have passengers and I have to add a little bit of top up, I want to be able to pull into a service station on the motorway, say to my passengers, just taking a bit of a comfort break. We'll be here for about 10 minutes, you can stretch your legs, go and freshen up if you need to, but you're leaving in 10 minutes. And I want to be able to put 100 miles in the battery in that 10 minutes. So that's sort of a speed of charge I'm looking for, and that means forget about the Kia Niro, no chance. Forget about the Hyundai Kona, no chance. Forget about the MGs, no chance. So I'm having to go up a little bit up market to get that speed of recharge. So that's why I put down those four: the ID4, Tesla Model 3, Ioniq 5, and the Polestar can all just about put in 100 miles in 10 to 12 minutes at a fast charger or hypercharger. So that's my. There's another one which I looked at, but price-wise it's going to be a little bit out of my way, and that is the ID5. Now the ID5 has a little bit better range than the ID4, and you can do an 80% charge in as little as 20 minutes. So in 10 minutes you can put on pretty much 150 miles of charge, but I think that's going to be out of my price range. So I'm really looking at a minimum of 300 mile range. That'll give me about 260. Real world in the winter, motorway driving might get 250, and recharge of 100 miles in 10 minutes. If you can find something like that, it would be perfect. Now, out of those four, the Polestar only has a 275 mile range, and in the winter I'm looking at, with the heater on, motorway driving, you're looking at about 190 mile real world range, maybe 200. So it doesn't quite make that range in perfect conditions of 300. It's 270, but it's cheap. There's a really cheap offer on that Reflex at the moment. £230 a week over 5 years, which is negative, but that includes insurance. Now that insurance alone for me has got to be worth £60-70 a week. So I'm very tempted. It's only £10 a week more than I'm paying on this rental. Interesting. So the thing that's pushed me into sort of making this decision now is, one, I'm running out of time. I've got about 4.5, maybe 5 years left before I retire. So the decision needs to be made now because of the repayments. And the second was that comfort has just come to Wales or Newport on Uber. And this Ioniq, I love this Ioniq. It's a fabulous car to drive, real comfortable, heated seats, driver's seats heated and chilled, great tech. I really do love it, but it doesn't make comfort standard. Too small for comfort. So I want to sort of move up. And also for the airport runs, I mean, it's nice and comfortable, but it could do with just being a tad little bit larger. So that's something I'm looking at now. Now, taxi rentals are really, really good for rentals. I would suggest anybody who's just starting out in this job, taxi rentals, you can't go far wrong if you want a fully managed taxi rented for hire. However, I would not touch them at all for their enterprise. Extremely expensive. You're paying a lot of money for practically no car. Now, they're offering Kia Niros 2, so base model, £209 a week with nothing. No insurance, no plate, no nothing. £209 a week. Not a good deal. And that's a shame, because Autocars, who provide the cars for taxi rentals, has some really good deals in London. And if I was in London, there are some real good offers that I would jump on, but they're just not available in Newport. So we can forget about going to Autocars. Splend doesn't do Wales, they concentrate on London as well. But Autocars will, Reflex will do Wales. They don't plate your car, you have to plate it yourself, but they will provide you with a car and insurance, and that's a good deal, because if you look at it, insurance can be a real killer. Now, I did get some insurance quotes on the Kia Niro 2 Hybrid, which is what taxi rentals offer, and the cheapest I could find if I paid annually, was £3,040. £3,040. If I wanted to up and pay monthly, there was £600 interest, so that went up to £3,600. It's not viable. Not if you're paying £209 for a second-hand car, which is what taxi rentals are offering. So, having that insurance on the Polestar is worth basically £80 a week to me. Now, if I was a few years younger, I would take the upfront hit of having my own insurance to earn no claims. But in 5 years, I'm not going to even get 5 years no claims, because I'm going to be retired before that happens. So it's not worth me taking that upfront hit if I can get a good deal on insurance with the car. And that's what Reflex makes me really interested in. Now, all the cars that I've listed in that vote are second-hand, pre-owned. I don't think it's worthwhile me buying brand new, to be honest with you, not for 4 years worth or 4.5 years worth of work. So the ID4, excluding insurance, I've got to find out. They do optional insurance, but they don't show the price of that. So the ID4 is £215 a week over 4.5 years, and that fits in just perfectly for me. So depending on the insurance, that might be an offer. If I can get something under £250 a week including insurance, I'm happy. So the second one is the Tesla Model 3. That is £205 a week excluding insurance, but it's over 5 years. So I'd want to see what sort of cost for early finish will be. Will there be any penalties if I pay up early? Because I'll want to finish paying before I retire. So that's the Model 3, £205 a week excluding insurance. The Ioniq 5 is £215 a week, but it's over 4 years. So that's even better than the ID4 time wise, but that excludes insurance. Again, it's going to be down to insurance. And then the final one is Polestar. Now the Polestar, including insurance, is £230 a week, and that's over 5 years. So again, I'd have to look at the options for early finish, early payment. Is there any penalties or not? Well, I do like that Polestar. Now, the one thing I've noticed on the Polestar, I have watched a few videos on it with them being used for Uber, especially in the US, and the rear leg room, even though it's a comfort car, the rear leg room is a little bit tight. Most comfort cars are 37 centimetres rear leg room. The Polestar is 35, so only 2 centimetres in it, but it's enough to be noticed. And also the roof line is just a little bit narrow, and the windows are a little bit small. So although it's a nice looking car, the Polestar from Uber drivers have been very good technically and mileage wise and stuff, even though it's not quite as efficient as the ID4. But passenger comfort is not great. Now, regarding the ID5, which has a 20-minute 0 to 80% recharge time, which is phenomenal, really, really good, if you can find a fast enough charger. The issue for me is, apart from the cost, because it's going up another bracket in cost, is the size of the car. It's a big chunky car, and that's great for comfort and passengers, but I live in a retirement complex that has a car park, but the parking bays are quite small, so it'll be hard for me to get the car fitted in. Almost certainly will get it put in, but we have a lot of Nigerian care workers coming to visit the other residents, and they are not the best of parkers, and I'm forever getting scrapes on this car Most of them I've been able to cut out, but I wouldn't want a much bigger car than this, because I'm going to get a lot of damage done to it. So I think the ID4's a little bit smaller than the ID5, a little bit bigger than this, and I think size-wise I could just about be okay with getting it into the car park and within a parking bay with enough space not to get door dents. The other issue is going up the road that leads to the complex. It's always double parked, especially at night time. During the day it's not an issue. Traffic wardens are real hot around there. They dish out tickets 10 to the dozen for people who park on double yellow lines. But after 6 o'clock it's a free for all, and I have difficulty sometimes just squeezing this car through the gaps. I wouldn't want to try and squeeze through an ID5. Could do an ID4 without a problem, but that's bridge swing lane closed 60 yards. Never seen swing bridge closed before, but that's the issue with the ID5. Otherwise, with its high-speed charging, it would be an option. So your thoughts? I'm going to go over to Reflex next week, maybe Monday, tomorrow. If not, I'll try and sort out the time during the week to go down and have a good look and ask a good few solid questions. But if you drive any of these cars for Uber, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. That'd be really useful. So until next time, thanks for watching. I'm queuing up at the bridge in Bristol because obviously a ship is coming in, or a boat of some sort is coming in, going out. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care, happy driving, and make that profit.